Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's live video. And this week's live is all about learning how to question yourself better and realize that majority of your thoughts are not actual facts. We grow up thinking our thoughts are facts, and that's why they control our life and they become our identity and how we see ourselves and shape how we see the world and shape how we show up, shape how the actions we take, the behaviors we take, so therefore the results we get. But before we get into it, I will just introduce myself for those of you that once again are new here. My name is Zoe Jean from Zoe Jean Coaching, and I am an anxiety and mindset coach, helping women to heal their anxiety from all over the world, incorporating mindset work, body connection work, nervous system regulation, and habits, because all four of those are crucial on your healing journey. If you want to be able to heal your anxiety long term, you do need to, master your mindset by rewiring the programs in your subconscious mind, because how we do one thing is how we do everything based off of the programs in our subconscious mind. Like, I really want you to think about it. Like, how often do you consciously try to tell yourself, I'm going to make this change, and I'm going to get up earlier, or I'm going to exercise, or I'm going to be more positive, and you start, but you very quickly fall off the bandwagon and can't maintain it. That's because you're trying to make changes only on a conscious level, but your subconscious mind is self-sabotaging you, and it's self-sabotaging you to bring you back to what it believes to be true, which, could be anxiety, could be just intrusive negative thoughts, could be, you're dumb, or you're stupid, or you're not good enough, or whatever it is. Your subconscious mind will always bring you back to what it believes to be true. So that's why generally when you just try to make conscious changes, it doesn't work. And then that's why it's so important to do the subconscious mind healing. And then obviously you need to be able to build a deep connection to your body, because if you want to be present in the moment, if you want to be well, if you want to prevent a dysregulated nervous system, prevent high levels of anxiety, stress, anger, or whatever it is, if you want to affect emotion and things bottling up and getting to you and to the point you explode, then you need to build a deep connection to your body, so you're able to pick up on the signs, signals when it's in its early stages, so you're able to regulate your emotions and your nervous system and come back to a place of calm, peace, safety in your body. And also, right, if you want to, be well and you want to live to your fullest and you want to be able to create your dream life, you need to be connected to your body to know what feels good for your body, what your body likes to do, what resonates with you, what food makes you feel good, how much sleep your body needs. And if you want to connect to other people on a deep level, you also need to be able to connect to yourself. And if you want to be overall healthy and well, you need to have a regulated nervous system, and you need to be able to widen your window of tolerance, so you're able to handle more of everyday stresses rather than a small everyday stress making you spiral out of control into a massive, spiral of negative thoughts and panic and whatever it amounts to you to go to, because you have a small window of tolerance, so the slightest thing gets to you. So it's about getting you out of the fight or flight response and getting you back into a regulated nervous system, then widening your window of tolerance so you can handle more. And then after that, it's a habit work, right? Because how we do one thing is how we do everything, and everything we do in life is based off habits. So it's about creating new positive habits and creating habits based on everything you learn in the mindset work, in the body connection work, and in the nervous system regulation work, right? It's about creating habits based on all that new stuff that you learn. So that's kind of a bit of an outline of what, my programs include and what I do when I work with my clients using the Rewrite Your Anxiety method. And to get all of that, you need to register for my 12-week program. I do have other options available, but obviously the best option is that 12-week program, so you get everything you need to heal. And so you can have amazing transformations like some of my freaking clients have, because they blow me away with the changes that they have made, and some of the changes, in a little as one session. Like, one lady was having 10 plus panic attacks a day, and only after 3 sessions together in a fortnight, she had only had like 1 or 2, and they were like really minor ones, rather than 10 plus a day, and a lot of them being like serious ones. So it's crazy like how much this work can help. but you just have to say yes to yourself, right? And you can say yes to yourself by beginning to question yourself, which is what today's live is about. So let's get into it. But before we do, let me know where you're watching from, what's your name, and what brings you to this live, and whether you're watching the live or replay. If you watch the replay, hashtag replay for me. And questioning ourselves is so freaking important, because every decision we make is going to bring us closer to our goals or further away. It's going to strengthen the negativity, the stress, the intrusive thoughts, the anxiety, and the panic that we're living in, or it's going to help us get out of that habit. Because every time you think a certain thought, every time you're anxious about a certain thing or panicky about a certain thing, you're strengthening that muscle. You're making it stronger. So this is where questioning yourself really helps, because unless you question yourself, you're not really going to know what you're doing. You're not really going to pay attention to it. You're not going to really see that there's another way, that there's options out there. Like a lot of the time we think these thoughts and we think so negativity about certain things and don't see things in another way, but it's only because we don't question it. We don't allow ourselves to see things in another way. And yeah, a lot of this starts in childhood, through childhood conditioning. Because as a child, that part of our brain isn't developed, that coping mechanism part of our brain, that questioning part of our brain isn't working at the point. So we take on everything to be true and to mean something about us. And then as we get older, we have developed those questioning mechanisms and that part of our brain, but we don't even think about questioning. We just still believe what we were told as a child because we learned it as a child. So we just continue to believe it unless we start to question it. But a lot of us don't start to question it. So before you do anything, or before you allow yourself to stay stuck in a thought when you realize a thought is coming up, ask yourself, is this bringing me closer towards my goals and closer towards where I want to go in life? Or is it actually making me move further away from my goals? Really ask yourself that. Also, ensure you are clear on what exactly it is that you desire in life and what your goals are. Because unless you get clear on what you want, it's going to be really hard to develop a plan to get there and to develop goals to get there. Because a goal without a plan is just a wish, right? If you know you have a certain goal but you don't make a plan, you don't learn the depths of it, then it's just a wish basically. And I feel like where a lot of people also go wrong is we quite often don't allow ourselves to dive deep into where exactly we want to be, because it doesn't feel possible. Like, let me know in the comments if this resonates with you, because being the coach that I am today, it never used to feel possible, right? So for so long, I didn't allow myself to think about it. I didn't allow myself to feel into it, to think about the possibilities, to think, oh my God, I'm going to have this amount of clients one day, or I'm going to live in this place, or I'm going to be able to travel, I'm going to be able to work from wherever I want. Like, I didn't allow myself to think about that because I didn't think it was possible, and it felt like I was just lying to myself, and I didn't want to get my hopes up. So I felt so stuck and so lost, and like change was impossible. So I didn't allow myself to think about it. So let me know if this is happening with a lot of you guys as well. If you kind of have an idea where you want to go, but it just feels so impossible. So you're like, I'm not even going to think about it. And in saying that, quite often, not only do we not allow ourselves to think about it, we have like little hints that we want to do certain things, but we also don't tell anyone about it because we're scared that we'll get judged, that they will talk us out of it, that they won't think that it's possible, that if we tell them, then we actually have to take action on it. And then if we fail, what are they going to think? Yada, yada, yada. Let me know if that resonates with you as well, because that was my life to a T. Like, for so long, I wanted to be a coach. I knew I wanted to be a coach, but I was too scared to tell anyone about it, because I was scared that they were going to talk me out of it, that if I failed, that they would judge me, yada, yada, yada. So I still remember when I told my sister, because she never heard about it before, she thought that I just randomly got the idea because my life coach, my past life coach, she thought she must have told me to do it. But my past life coach, no, she did not tell me to do it. I wanted to do it. I learned to connect to my intuition. When I learned to connect to my intuition and when I healed, I had that calling that shit, like that 14 years of chronic anxiety that I went through was for a reason, to, help other women going through similar situations. So I knew I wanted to do it. It was my passion, it was my calling, it was my intuitive calling. But because my sister had never heard about it before, she just assumed that I was told to do it. So that's another indicator, right? Like, people don't know what we're thinking unless we voice it. And, you know, sometimes it's really good to voice it because people can actually help us get there. Some people will support us and help us get there. And sometimes if they don't support us and if they try and say it's not possible, just know that it's coming from a place of love and use that as motivation to be like, I'll show you that I can do this. Because my family, like my mum and dad, they still don't really understand this and still don't think that this is possible, that this is a job, yada, yada, yada. But I'm at that point where I can respect them because I know that they feel that way based on their own subconscious programs and their own conditioning. But I'm going to show them that this is possible and I'm going to follow my dreams despite what they think. And also, you know, the universe can't give you anything that, and it can't give us anything that it's unaware of or that we're unaware of. So if you want a better life, you need to know exactly what you want. You need to put it out there to the universe that this is what I want. This is the future that I want. And this is where manifestation starts to come in. Like manifestation, to manifest what you want, you need to visualize it. You need to feel into it. You need to believe that it's true. And you need to be willing to do what it takes to actually create that and show up as if you've already got that as well. That helps as well. You need to be an embodiment of what you want for the universe to feel that you can handle it and that you're worthy of it. So another important thing is to start to question yourself and ask yourself questions. And, you know, you need to question yourself to be able to get to the next level. Like question yourself about what's preventing you from getting to the next level. And, you know, another thing that holds a lot of us back is money, right? So ask yourself, am I going with the cheapest thing to save money? Like maybe you're not doing the course that you want to do, or you're not getting the support you want. Maybe you're seeing a psychologist or therapist because it's free. So are you like doing the cheapest thing to save money despite it not actually giving you the results you're after or actually helping you get to where you want to be? Like really think about that. Yes, maybe what's right for you costs a little bit more money, but doesn't that mean that it's so much more worth it? And you know, if you want to feel worthy, if you want to feel worthy within yourself, if you're sick of feeling unworthy, if you want to feel worthy in yourself and you want the universe to feel that you're worthy, so it brings more people into your life that will also feel that you're worthy and will treat you like you're worthy, then you have to start showing up as you're worthy. So a really simple way to start embodying, you know, your dream life and start embodying the person you want to be and how you want people to treat you is to start showing up as if you're worthy. And one way to do that is by actually investing in yourself. Like I know investing in ourselves and, you know, spending money is so freaking scary and uncomfortable and uncertain, because when you sign up for a coaching program like mine, for example, you don't have proof that you're going to get results from it. So I know it's scary and I know it's uncomfortable, but you don't know unless you give it a go, right? And one way to prove to yourself that you are worthy and that you deserve better people in your life and that you do take care of yourself is to invest in yourself. And when you invest in yourself, you're also more likely to actually do the work to make it happen, right? I was a hard client, right? I was so resistive towards my coach, but she did not give up on me. She kept going until I got the results. And I didn't give up on me either, because I had already been stuck in chronic anxiety for 14 years. I invested a lot of money in myself. So I'm like, I'm going to make this happen. So even if you're quite resistive, even if you find it difficult, it can still work for you. Just give it time, find a coach that won't give up on you, and realize that you've invested in yourself. So now you damn right have a reason to make it happen, right? So just remember that. And just like the coach didn't give up on me, I won't give up on you either. And one of my values is time. I value time. I value when other people give me time. So I give my clients time as well. Yes, generally a session goes for an hour, but I'm more than perfectly fine if it goes longer than that, even possibly 2 hours, right? I give that space between client sessions to allow it to go to 2 hours if it needs, because I'm all about, you know, that time, right? I want to give you the time that you need, and I want to help you heal to your best abilities, and I'm not going to freaking give up on you. So you can't give up on yourself. If this program is what you need, if you're sick of staying stuck in chronic anxiety, negative thoughts, bad habits, negative emotion, people pleasing, not being able to create the life that you want, sick of being stuck at home, fearing about what other people think and feeling like you're not good enough, etc., etc. And this program could be the right thing for you. If you're sick of having panic attacks and living in anxiety, then this is for you. This is for you. You can have all of this. You just have to say yes to yourself, and I can support you every step of the way. Everything in my program I've included to make it as simple and effective process as possible, so you don't have to go the long way around like I did, because I mainly only got help with the mindset work, as I said. So it made it so much harder to heal my anxiety, right? Because I only had help with the mindset. I didn't have help with the body connection. I didn't have help with regulating my nervous system. I didn't have help with creating habits. So I know how powerful it is when you get all of those. That's why I give you all of those in my program. And I don't know any other coaches that give you all of this. It's mainly just mindset, or mainly just, body connection, or mainly just nervous system help, or mainly just habits work. It's not all in one. So if you want to heal in a sustainable way that gives you everything that you need, that's at an affordable price, then now is your chance. Reach out to me. But anyway, let's keep going on with the live. So I'll actually give you an example. I have my own house now, right? And I brought the cheapest my kitchen tap was stuffed, right? So I brought the cheapest tap, thinking that I'll just buy the cheapest tap and save a little bit of money, right? And then it was installed, and it took so long to install because it was, a cheap tap, and it had so many more cords, etc., etc. And then it didn't really work very well. So it actually ended up costing more money, because obviously I had to get someone in to install it, and that took long to install, and then it was really shit. So then they had to uninstall it, and then I had to go get another more expensive tap. So that just goes to show that a lot of the time when you do buy the cheapest thing, it doesn't really work out for you anyway. So just stop going for the cheapest thing. Stop letting money control your life. You can always make more money, but you can't get time back. You can't get your mental health back once you get to that really down place. For example, being stuck in chronic anxiety for 14 years, that really stuffed my hormones up. And my hormones still to this day are not in a good way. And have, I've got some hormonal issues because of that 14 years of chronic anxiety that I'm going to have to deal with for the rest of my life. And I don't want to know where it would be now if I didn't start to heal that anxiety 3 years ago. I already had bone loss, and have stuffed up my hormones. So if I went even longer in that chronic anxiety, I don't want to know where I'd be. So stop letting anxiety, stop letting money and, and time and everything come before your mental health, right? You can't make more time, and you can't make more time. You can't get your mental health back like that, but you can always make more money. You can't, if you get in a bad way, it's not so easy to get better like it is to make more money. So really think about that when it comes to what you decide to do in life, where you decide to invest your money, where you decide to invest your time and everything like that. Really think about that. And, are you always only doing free healing work, or purchasing cheap masterclasses, or just seeing a free psychologist or therapist instead of actually investing in a coaching program or group program that's going to get you the results that you need? Really ask yourself that. Because this is something that I've personally been reflecting on a lot lately, because that used to be me. I used to do all the free masterclasses. I used to see a therapist and counselor and that for free. And I used to take all the notes down and kind of read the books and go and see these people, but I was still getting nowhere. And it was because it was free help, right? It was free help. And I didn't have, when I was doing free help or cheap help with masterclasses. I was getting all the information, but it wasn't actually getting me anywhere because I didn't have the support to help me actually implement it and understand it. And when it came to seeing, you know, the free / cheaper psychologists and therapists, they were mainly just helping me to talk about my problems and giving me in the moment things to do, like meditation. Like, I'm in a chronic state of anxiety, right? Meditation alone is not going to work. It's not going to get me out of those programs of anxiety. Talking about my problems is not going to get me out of it. So, right, I was realizing that the free help and just free resources and information wasn't getting me anywhere. I needed something more. So really start to ask yourself whether that's you as well. So ever since, you know, investing in my first life coach, I learned to heal. And, you know, ever since then, I have learnt to heal, and I've kept getting better and better and better and stepping up in my healing journey and investing in myself more and more and more. You know, it takes one time to start investing in yourself, and then your life can change forever. And then you can start to attract more money. You can start attracting more better people in your life, a better job, the job that you want. You can start to attract your dream life, but all you need to do is make that first investment in yourself. And, you know, in my healing journey so far, I spent over $12,000 on it. Over $12,000 in my business course, in my NLP training, in my trauma training, in my triggers training. I've spent over $12,000 plus, you know, the life coaching support that I had as well. And the money is coming back to me. The money is starting to come back to me. And I was so scared to spend that money. But now I'm seeing it's true. When we invest in ourselves and when we spend our money with good intention, it does come back to us. It truly does. So do not let money stop you. Why are you letting money win? Why are you letting money have power over your mental health and have power over your life? And, you know, do you like to feel good? Do you want to feel good? Do you want to create the life of your dreams? If so, make sure you like this video to let me know that you want to feel good, that you want to create the life of your dreams. Prove it. Prove it to yourself. Prove it to me. And really start to question yourself and question everything that you do. Question what is going to bring you closer to your goals and what is most important to you. Is what you're currently doing going to bring you closer to your goals? Or is it going to bring you further away? If you're currently in pain, if you're currently, you know, stuck in anxiety, intrusive thoughts, negative habits, people pleasing, you know, insomnia, not being able to sleep, you know, living in that state where you jump at the slightest thing and you just don't feel safe. If that's how you're feeling now, how are you going to feel in another 5 years? Are you already seeing that it's getting worse? Most likely. And it's going to keep getting worse unless you do something about it. And, you know, another thing that has really helped me is writing down on a piece of paper everything that I currently do, everything that I currently do in my life, and what is the good stuff that I do and what is the negative stuff that I do. And out of everything that I do, what is the priority? What is most important? It can really help you to get clear if you have like a list with like all the positive things that you do and all the negative things that you do. So you can start to notice the negative things that you do, to do your very best to stop doing those negative things, and all the positive things you do to start doing more of that, and to also notice out of all the positive stuff that you do, what's the most important. So you can start prioritizing whatever the most important is and whatever's going to get you closer towards your goal. And anything that, you know, isn't a priority or is negative, I remove that. I spend more time on what is important and what the priorities are. And that also helps with time. If you feel time is your enemy, because it's definitely been my enemy in the past as well. So if that is also, and it is a lot of the time for people that are chronically anxious and stressed, because we live in that fight or flight time. So we're fighting time, we're fighting other people, we're fighting getting through the day and getting things done and being in control and knowing what's happening. And time, I guess, isn't in our control. So it's also what makes us fight it, because we feel that it's not in our control. So we try to control it by rushing, by having as much time as possible to do other things. So we rush time and we worry about time, etc., etc. So I'd love to know if you currently are aware of where you are in life and where you want to be. Because if you're not, even just start there after watching this video, get clear on exactly where you are and get clear on exactly where you want to be. And I can even support you with this if you like on a free call together. Let me know if that interests you in the comments. Say, I want the free call, or I want help to get clear. Let me know that in the comments as well. And I'm more than happy to help you, get clear on where you currently are and where you want to be. Because in order to make any changes in your life, you first need to know where you are and where you want to be. And then from there, I can help you close that gap. I can help you see what's stopping you from closing that gap between where you currently are and where you want to be. So if you'd like some support on that, let me know. And also let me know in the comments how you found this live and if that was beneficial. And if you're going to start questioning yourself and realize that you have the choice, even though we have strong beliefs and strong thoughts, you still have the choice to believe it. It's just very hard to stop believing on your own if it's a strong ingrained thought or belief. But that's why the longer you let it win, the harder it's going to be. So feel free to reach out, but just know your thoughts are not facts, and you actually have the choice to choose what you think. You might just need some help to get there if it's a strong ingrained belief or thought, which a lot of us are from childhood. So thank you all so much for joining me. I can't wait to hear from you. And if you want some support, as I said, feel free to comment below. If you want that free call, or if you're ready to heal, if you realize the power of healing work, if you realize the power of mindset work, body connection work, habit work, and nervous system regulation work to heal your anxiety and to bring your dreams to life so you can finally live a life full of happiness, confidence, inner peace, belief, and trusting yourself and self-love for yourself, and to actually just feel worthy and safe in your body, then join my program. Reach out, and I'm happy to explore and find what the right support for you. And on that free call, if you want that free call where we get clear on exactly where you are and where you want to be and how to close the gap between the two, we can also explore what the best option for you is based on where you currently are in life and where you want to go and what you have the time and money for at the moment as well. So anyway, thank you all so much for joining, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.